In Movies and Money, Barbie fans are calling out the Oscar snub. Film critic Erik, Childress, founder of the Movie Madness podcast, is here. What can you tell us?
Killers of the Flower Moon missing for adapted screenplay was a surprise. On the other hand, many were pleasantly surprised that America Ferrera was on the list for supporting actress in Barbie. But it was the other two that have sparked a lot of shock, and that was with Margot Robbie being passed over for actress and Greta Gerwig not getting a nod for directing the highest grosser of the year and one of the most critically acclaimed, despite getting a Directors Guild nod just the day before. And many have rightfully pointed out the irony of the message of Barbie being put into practice in the real world by these two missing out, even though Justin Triet was nominated for directing Anatomy of a Fall. Gerwig got a screenplay nomination that she may have won running away in the original category until the Academy relegated Barbie into adaptation just before ballots went out. Robbie is also a producer for Barbie, but so is Emma Stone for Poor Things, and she was also nominated for actress. But these genuine Barbie snubs are going to be felt and remembered, especially the next time there's a year so enriched from films by female directors.
Erik, you just returned from the Sundance Film Festival in Park City, Utah. Netflix picked up a film.
Indeed it did, Angie. And despite all the talk when the streaming services enter the fray and the pandemic slowing down the money, there are still deals at the Sundance Film Festival that get us talking. And we just saw one of the biggest in its history this week. Netflix paid $17 million for the horror film It's What's Inside, about a wedding party that gets a bit nuts when an old friend shows up with some experimental material. The film was part of the midnight section of the festival, which has never had a film make an 8-digit deal. I actually found the film to just be a lot of yelling by characters with no distinct personalities, which runs counter to the film's central premise that is not helped by the actors not getting to have any fun with their performances.
I know you're continuing to track the action at Sundance from your home. What are some of the films that you screened in Park City that you would put on your movie stars list?
You got it, Angie. So let's start with three of my favorite films that I saw in Park City. The first of which is Sasquatch Sunset from directors David and Nathan Zellner. It's a completely wordless film, unless you count grunts, about a Sasquatch family surviving the plains and doing the things that come, well, naturally to their species. No less than Jesse Eisenberg and Riley Keough play two of the creatures in full, unrecognizable makeup. It's a hilarious, sad, suspenseful, and ultimately poignant adventure film that you can look forward to in theaters in April from Bleecker Street. Now, one of the films looking for distribution is the documentary War Game, which follows an actual government simulation from 2023, where we are taken behind the scenes as they test the strengths and weaknesses if we were thrust into Insurrection 2.0 on January 6, 2025. It may be the scariest film anyone will see this year. But if you come out of that film unnerved, perhaps you can be soothed by Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. It's the story of the iconic Superman actor and the tragic accident which left him paralyzed, but energized to become an advocate for stem cell research and ways to help the disadvantaged. For those like me who consider Reeve as the one and only Superman, this is a 100-hanky documentary that is so genuinely inspiring and a reminder that real heroes can exist beyond the movies. As you mentioned, I'll be watching more Sundance films this week, and we'll have another full report next week.
Thanks for that update, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.